Toma, you can call me now. Was not, it was network that was.
Hello, ladies. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, Alright. First, I'll need to share my screen. So use Comfort also. Okay, so I'm going to of the business model is to understand your financials. Everyone can see my screen. So like I said, at the end of this session, your ability to be investor ready is what is paramount with DIRA, your ability to access investors. So everyone that is here, if you would be interested in accessing funds, we're getting to the point where it is critical for you to be in class and follow through. Next week will be a whole lot of hand-holding you through being able to write your financial projections. No slides, just a brief slide So I'm introducing the course today, just these 2 slides, and then in the evening of today, after we expect that people would have dropped, everybody would have submitted their PMCs, then I will drop the Excel that you work with. So you are working with Excel all through next week. We'll have one or two guests, legal. We have a legal partner, so you can ask questions around your structure, corporate governance, incorporation, etc., etc. We'll also have an auditor in the house in case you have questions around setting up your audit. What are the things you need to look out for in terms of putting together your financials, tax issues? We will speak around the current tax exposures that we have and the new tax laws and how that affects everyone's business here. So we've dealt with this target market, this customer. We want to talk about how we plan our businesses. And here we'll be looking at developing financial projections and statements, looking at your cost structure, measuring your impact and reporting it. For some of us, we are impact-related businesses, not necessarily income generating, as it were, alone. We'll look at financial statements and ratios, and then we will look at the financial projections for 3 to 5 years and the valuation methods. All of these are embedded in the Excel that will be dropping later tonight, but I'm going to introduce it. Now, your questionnaire for a 3 to 5 year financial projection is this. Number 1, what is your current revenue or income? How much are you generating in this business? This is not profits. This is how much of sales are you making? Several times, people don't understand or don't know how much their business is making. They sell, they keep selling, they keep branding, they keep going on Instagram. When you ask them, what is your total revenue monthly? They don't have an idea. Okay, what is your total revenue annually? They don't have an idea. Also, how do you know if you are profitable or not? We're selling a lot. We did 10 million last year. We did 1 million yesterday. Really? So this, the idea of the financial projections is to actually project. So this is the way the Excel will go when you get it. It will have different sheets. And on one of the sheets, there will be, if you have existing businesses, so there will be 2 years of actual. If you don't have the actual, just leave it. Don't fill that part of actual. Just go on to your projections. So the next thing we're looking at is what are your projected revenue or income streams for the next 3 years? Recall that the first question is, what is your current revenue or income? How much are you making? The next thing is, we want to know what is your projection. Can you project from now to the next 3 to 5 years how much of revenue or goods or services you will sell? Then, what are your projected expenses for the next 3 years? What are your projected expenses? As simple as tissue, I said it in one of the sessions this morning. In this office, in my office, I know how much we spend on tissue every month. Tissue, just tissue. We know how much goes on Uber, Bolt, if we have to go out. Water, power. So many times, business owners, they capture the baseline. So what's that? Power, fuel, diesel. Some don't even capture how much data they spend. or how much it costs them to power their phones every day. People are not checking. So at the end of the day, we have businesses that don't know their entire cost, let alone being able to project that cost for the next 2 to 3 years, or even up to 5 years, so that you actually know if your business is bleeding or not. Then we want to know, what are your projected capital expenditures for the next 3 to 5 years? Now, expenses is different from capital expenditures. Capital expenditures are usually extra, once in a while expenditure. So probably you buy an equipment, you buy an AC somewhere, you bring in office furniture. Those things are capital intensive for some organizations. So they are not your regular expenses on a daily basis. So what are these? You need to know if you have spent money. I hope we are writing, because we need to be able to put this in Naira and Kobo on our Excel. So please, how much is my business earning in terms of revenue or income every day, every week, every month? If we know every day, every week, we will know every month, and we will know every year. So if we don't know, if in some cases, it may, for a school, it may be every 10, and that will mean like every quarter or every 3 months. But you can say that, okay, these 3 months, you can then annualize it and then give you every 12 months, this amount comes in. This is going to be different for every of the business here. So that is why it's going to be a hand-holding. I'm going to handhold you through your Excel individually at some point. So please note there's an hour on Wednesday. Office hour throughout. Most times, from my experience with Cohort 1, it's usually the whole day. We don't even have the opportunity to come online to take a session, because people are trying to put the finances together. When you're able to do this, you can write a very good business plan, a very good pitch deck, and you can come before whether it's grants, whether it's debt, your financials are okay. Cash flow is okay. Your balance sheet is fine. You know the value of your company, whether it's projected value or what it is today. So that when you are talking like a typical tech entrepreneur who is ready for investment, just that maybe you are not a tech company. But in terms of packaging and readiness for investment, you are ready. Now, so those are the things that you need to admitting is difficult here. Then, okay, all right. So what are your projected debt payments for the next 3 to 5 years? If you have outstanding debt on your company, please capture it in your financials. If you have, whether it's from fair money, whether it's from all pay, all cash, know the total amount of money your company is owing. Whether you want to let us know or not, when they go to the credit bureau, investors, both your banks and anybody else, they will see it there. So we are going to address this next week. We're going to go to credit bureau page and see how you should check on credit bureau what's happening to your own debt stand, what's your rating like Nigeria today, and you should know your rank. We will do that. We would also go on to look at your debt profile and see if you need to quickly restructure to help your business breathe going forward. What is your current cash position? Current cash position. A lot of the time, people don't know their current cash position because they keep spending the money as it comes. It happens every one of us, including the deal. Faith, you're intercepting me, please. So we want to talk about how much of your money. I don't the slides will come to you, and by the way, you already have this slide. So you want to know which how much of your money is outside. So many times, so the money has moved. Question is the money going to come back? You need to know how much of your money is going to come back and how much of your money outside is not going to come back. And we need to be able to factor that into your financial projections. If the money is going to come back, then we know that they are receivables. We're going to receive them later. If it's not going to come back, we write them off as bad debts. It's gone. So that we will know the exact health of your business. Investors are very critical about this. They want to know, because if you are leaving too much of the money outside, means that you are not doing business. You're probably a charity organization. And I run a charity organization here, sponsor a child through school. We don't leave money outside anyways. So there's no successful charity that would leave money outside. This is even different from leaving money on the table, which is negotiation. This is the fact that there are monies that goods and services that people have bought and they have not paid for. The longer they stay with the customer and they don't pay, the more you lose money. So the day they pay back after 40 days or 60 days, some 70 days, some 100 days, then you are going to be in a whole lot of trouble, because the value of that money has diminished. So it's important that we all actually have an idea of money that is outside. Please give me back my hosting rights. Bookie, your hand is up. Yeah, you have the floor.
Okay, I wanted to ask, for my type of business, we have customers that don't owe us mainly beyond 2-3 days. So do I have to, will I write that as debt? Because we're just about 2-3 days.
Okay, baby. 2-3 days is just fine.
Okay.
So when we are putting together your financials, we are going to factor in the 2-3 days that it takes for your money to come in. Some people here, it may be 1 month, especially those that are distributing, because if you factor in, say for example, when you are feeling that, when you start updating the Excel, there's somewhere we will look at payment days. So payment days sometimes is 10 days, 2 days. So we factor that in. That helps us to understand if your business can breathe with your customers not paying immediately. A lot of the time, the businesses release the goods and services and the money doesn't come immediately. Is the reason why 10 years down the line, they will go down. That may just be the reason. Payment delays. So we are going to factor that into the Excel spreadsheet that we're working on. Okay, I think I can have my slide back now. So I think there's a problem with Zoom. I don't know if it's network or it's just Zoom itself today. Right. Okay. So the next thing we want to check is, what are your projected cash flow. So and cash flow is simply the movement of money. And what we say is follow the money. Follow the money. Cash flow is the act of following the money. Where is the money? Whether it's customer money, whether it's your own money, where is the money? Is the money in investing activities? Is it in operational activities? Is it in financial activities? When you get to your Excel on your cash flow, you will see it. Your each and every one's business will capture the financial activities, the operational activities, the investment activities. Then your business, your Excel or your business to actually project what are your expected profit margins for the next 3 to 5 years. The first cohort, I spent hours days trying to solve profit challenges with the businesses. It was an amazing exposure to me to find out that so many times people were just producing and selling and they were not making anything. They just produce, sell. Oh, they will mark up at 25%. And when we plug it in and look at the entire cost of the business of running the product and manufacturing that product, it's all negative. It was a lot. Like several Excel sheets had to be reworked. Several cost structures had to be revisited and projections had to be revisited. So please, we're going to be looking at this critically. Your cost analysis, your cost structure, and your projected or expected profit margin. Now, we also will look at, so I've talked about debt. What are your projected levels of debt for the next 3 to 5 years? So if you are going to be borrowing money, whether it's equity or debt, whether it's even grant, I always say, if you were given $10,000 grant, how we know your business is surviving is your ability to return a margin on that money, whether it was given to you free and you don't have to pay back or not. That is the ethical thing to do. And remember, you are an investor in your business. So somebody has invested a grant of $10,000 or 1 million, should return, have an ROI on that money, or else that business is going down. So there were a couple of impact-related projects for cohort 1. I realized that we had to sit down with the founders, madams, actually help them capture the impact as well as the generating in some cases, and then able to a financial that shows profiting and work it to have profit margin. So this is purely a to-do class. Somebody has asked if we have a break-even. Yes, your Excel will show you My God. So I was muted for a long time. Where did I miss it?
I think we are talking about the cost margin. How
Analysis
what
and
learned
stuff.
So apologies, I must have been talking to myself for the last 5 minutes. Yes, sorry. One of these days, I will stop having sessions online because it can be heartbreaking at times. We'll have to insist that people come into a physical location. I think it's more effective. All right. Right. So I think I started out with saying that the point where I was talking about the break even, right? Did you hear me at that point?
Yeah, yes, we did, ma. When you were clarifying,
Okay.
that we are
Okay. Thank you. So I also said that we're at the levels of debt that we have in the last 3 years. Hello? Okay, I'm back. We're trying to see if we can get different options for data. All right. We have broadband, we have different types, but they are fluctuating this morning. It's okay. I will soon be done. So we take questions and we're out of here. So I also talked about assets and liabilities and the need for us to have assets of the organization captured. We also need to talk about the projections for assets and liabilities for the next 3 years. Then we need to cover your tax rates, the current tax rates, and what the tax rate will look like in the next 3 to 5 years. By the way, I always say, for just accountability purposes, we will capture tax as if it's starting from day one. But we will also not capture it. So you will have
What did you say?
Go
Tax
ahead.
what? Tax what? I didn't get it.
Your tax rates.
Okay,
We're going
okay.
to capture the tax rates. Can you see my screen?
No, it's not showing anything.
Can you see my screen? Oh,
No,
okay.
ma.
All right. So let me. Okay, so I think I was on. Okay, so I went off. Okay, somebody is asking a question. What about the people that went in Lagos? So the screen should be up shortly. Okay, so while I wait for the screen to come on, yeah. Sorry, it seems the network or Zoom app is the others from the deal. Also, the people that went in Lagos. Also, so many people didn't come in to us. So they are all on as we speak. Right. A few people came in this morning, by the way, just about 2. Okay, I think some people are still waiting outside, so we're just here. All right, thank you. All right, so we want to know your tax rate, your projected tax rate for the next 3 years, and what would be the changes in market conditions that may impact your financial projections. This is where we yeah, no sound. Thank you. Thank you. Right. So we'll be talking in your market condition and that may impact your financial projections. So that is what we expect that will help us to build a very strong business financial projections as we enter the second week of this program. So do we have any questions? I would like to talk generally about your business strategy, your scalability, and what you should be doing in terms of your data room. Any questions? What are the challenges you've had with your, if you've tried to conduct a financial analysis before, or maybe you've tried to get to apply for a grant or a loan and you had issues? What from the area I would like to know so that I can speak to them? What were the challenges or what were the feedback you were given you would like me addressing today? Any of such? Yeah, by the way, the Google form, do well to fill the form. It's online. It's on the chat box, please. Fill the form. Fill the form. Don't forget to do that, please. Any questions before we go on? Or is financial analysis is confusing? Just ask me any questions. I will answer. Any questions? You are free to ask any questions.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
I have a question, ma'am.
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
My
Hi,
question
Rukayat,
is,
how are you doing today?
I'm doing very well. What about you, ma'am? My question is,
Fine, thank you.
let's say a small business starting with little capital. So as time goes on, the business will need to capital to scale high. So while writing the financials, probably the person starts in 2012, and at that time it was a small business. So probably after 10 to 15 years, it's now a big business. So the capital that the person started with will be different from the one they will later be using. So how do someone make that, let's say, in between capital and the starting capital? I've done this financial projection or calculation before, even though it's not really on this my business. I did it for another type of business. So why we were calculating, the calculation was not easy. That's another part. It was not easy. The cost, trying to get variable cost, things you need to be spending on every time, plus the capital. I think we had more issues on that capital side, because at some point I feel like if you started with one store, probably we need to expand and move to another store. How are we going to put in capital um after 2 years? Or that, I hope you get my question now.
Yes and no. So let me explain to you what I think I heard, and you can correct me or update me. So you are looking at capital in terms of when you started the business, the capital requirement was, say, 50,000 naira. But when you expanded, when you are supposed to project in 3 years the same business, you will need like 5 million naira.
Yes, ma'am.
So what's your question?
My question is, how will someone in terms of, probably one want to have a financial projection after that third year, like you said, maybe the third year, the business needs to expand. How is the calculation going to be? Is it that the capital will just, there will not be like we started with this so amount and later it was added, or it will just be like the capital of, let's say, 2 million, probably the person started with 50 million 50,000 and later need to expand with 1.5 million, and at the end of the third year the capital has to amount to 2 million. So if the person is going to write this financial analysis or projection, is it
I get the
going to be like
point.
we started with this small amount and later, or it's just going to be our capital now is just 2 million without differentiating it?
Okay, we will differentiate it. So on the Excel you're going to get, there's a portion that says how much money that comes into it. Will be called, if you are starting the business, it will be called startup funding. It's under is a sheet in that Excel workbook. On that startup funding, you will have I don't want to get into it. I'm being looking tempted to open Excel, but I don't want to date so that pressure. So let's leave it. When you get it, you get to understand it. So at the point where you excuse me, your startup funding, it will show the amount of money, this 50,000 naira that was injected, whether it's equity from your purse or somebody loan you the money. It will be under equity or under debt loan. It's clear there. In year 3, you keep running your business. It will be running as profit and loss on your P&L. It will be showing money, profits you are making. It will be showing your profit margin every month for the next 5 years. That's this Excel. But assume, like you have said, now 5 million comes into your business in year 3, maybe for expansion or for buying new equipment and all of that. We will take it as new investment. There is somewhere in your cash flow that we will plug it in as new investment.
Okay,
That's a
okay.
very fantastic question you've asked. Very, very brilliant question. Because a lot of the time, people do not know that there's a way to plug that in at the year you are plugging it in. Some even take it as capital. So very brilliant question. So when I get to that, yeah, you're welcome. Any other question? questions? Any other questions?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
I've raised up
ma'am.
my hand. Please confirm if you can hear me, ma'am.
All right,
Thank you, ma'am.
go
Yes,
ahead.
thank you, ma'am. My name is Umuleka Adelekilawal, and I was very elated when I got this opportunity, but unfortunately, I had a loss that day, and I reached out to one of the admin because I missed that first class on BMC, and I was told video will be sent,
Okay.
but still, they have not seen it. So today, I just started fixing in my BMC. Since morning, very painful. I missed the first section. Like, network was really hard on me, but joining this particular one is as if, in fact, I can't explain the joy I'm feeling, because one of the major things for my second year in business is the finances. Presently, I still do manuals. I keep account of everything, expenses, all of that, but still in book. And I really want to use a generated template like you have been mentioning since. And funny enough, this second year in business also, funding, I've gotten some grants, but all of this clarification is just making my brain, like, I'm so elated, I can't explain. I just want to burst with happiness. So my main question is, those I've missed, how can I catch up? I really want to fill up those I've missed. And is this the permission for me to submit assignments? And
Yeah.
where do I take it from here, ma? Where do I take it from here, ma?
Yeah. So I'm going to give you a joker, a gold card. So they will send the links to if you check, maybe they will pin it. The BMC lecture itself is there. You should just update on PowerPoint. The videos should be the recording rather should be on YouTube already. If it's not there, you can check the recording for cohort 1. It's pretty much the same thing I took. It's just that the class is different.
Okay, ma. Thank you very much. I'll do that, ma. I'll check both.
So, but I will also be doing one-on-one on the BMCs over the weekend. So as I finish up, if you are able to finish up, submit today, tomorrow, I'll look at it. If there are any issues, I'll let you know.
Thank you so much, ma. I'll do that. I'll do that right away. Thank you, ma.
Thank you.
Hello,
Right.
ma.
Is anybody's hand up again? This internet is
Yes,
really going. It's terrible today, man. Wow. Okay, Buki, you're here again. Hi.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, now, so for my own business,
Auntie
we've
Buki,
had.
is it Auntie Buki that I know?
I'm suspecting so.
Auntie Buki, is it Auntie Fluffy?
Yes, ma'am.
You're suspecting. You tell me you're in this class.
I am. Good morning.
That is, I kept looking at the name. One name here now. Then the voice. I know this voice. How would I ever forget or miss the voice anywhere on earth? How are you doing, ma?
I'm very well, thank you.
You
Thank you
made it
so
to
much.
this
It was very
cohort.
yes, and I intend to
Yeah.
gain as much as I can here. Okay, so for us in the gaps here, like after COVID, and we had fluctuations in our prices, and there were a lot of ups and downs, and we were losing money. So at that point, we shut down the business. So we've had gaps here like that here and there in the business. I mean, due pretty much financial issues, but we're back now. So I was just wondering, those gaps, how do I, if I have to fill out my financials on do I start again as when we started again, or I start from the beginning to include the gaps, or without the gaps?
Okay, good question, ma'am. You will need the history of what you've done before, and then it would show in the body of maybe if there was history before the gap, before that gap. If it's very, very substantial, then we'll need to utilize it.
Okay.
Yeah, in the body of the plan or the deck, you will explain traction and you will explain it based on years. So we started this business in 2016, but between 2020 and 2023, we went out of the market because of the close down, but we're back again because you don't want to look like you are a startup when you aren't actually starting up. You are actually existing.
Okay.
So yeah, so when we are running your financials, remind me so that I'll see if the figures is something we should plug into the now and the projections, because it actually may help with projections. Where we're coming from is a very good opportunity to tell where we're going.
All right,
So yeah, we won't write off the past. We will just see how to bring it together. So like I mentioned, there's a part of the Excel that shows historicals. So we can take historicals for 2-3 years. It depends. But our advice, it's based on individual requirements.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Please, attendance form is on the so because we will need to leave this Google for today and go and rest. It just keep going on and off, but there are some things I want us to tell, and there's one that is very important for us. So how many of us have had this situation where they ask you you want to get a grant, or you want to get to a loan officer, and they are saying to you, where are your documents? And you are busy sending WhatsApp, or attaching email, attaching several things. I want to talk about the data room. And I'm not going to use PowerPoint. Some of us may have been in classes where this was taught. I'm going to show you how to put together your data room. So if you have an opportunity, I'm going to open my own. I'm going to open my Google account right now and show you something. Where's my Google? So I want to open my Google page on my account. Just a moment, please. Okay. So please take notes of this particular class. It's hardly taught anywhere, but is needed for everybody that needs to provide one form of documentation or the other. So the first, all DIRA, you will be logging into this particular one. Can you see my screen? Or I've gone off again.
Yes, I can see your screen.
Okay, you can see my
I can't see your screen.
screen.
I can't see your screen.
You can't see in the physical class.
I can see your face.
Okay, me, I can't even see anything. Vaccinating. So refresh. I'm coming back. I can't see myself, so I don't even know where the Zoom is right now. I'm going to go back to the meeting. So I'm going to shut down. Okay, this is the meeting.
Ma'am, please, I'm here to submit my assignment.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you want to submit it?
Yes, ma'am.
There's an email
drop in general group?
Yeah, they will drop it again. There's
Okay,
an
ma.
email you can, yeah, please.
Okay, ma.
I'm looking
Ma,
for my.
can we go back to that Microsoft? This thing is better than Zoom. Zoom is giving issue. To log in is a problem.
Okay. We'll see about that from Monday. We just just want to take on this session and we are
Okay, ma.
done for today. So we find out which one really works.
Okay, ma.
Because we can't all, once we are done here, allow us to go and complete our BMCs, and then we're reviewing so that we can start having a one-on-one on the BMC.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I'm just waiting. I want to teach us how to how best to yeah. So yeah. Okay, so I'm going to share now. From the screen. Okay, this is my Google. All right. Yeah, you can see my Google right now, right?
Yes, ma.
Yes,
Can everyone see my Google?
Yes, ma.
ma'am.
So
Yes, I can see it.
you more or less have this. Everyone has this. So you will go to this box. Can you see my cursor where it is?
Yes, ma.
Yeah, you click on that.
Mhm.
And then you go on Drive. Did you see what I did?
On
You know
Drive.
what on Drive? Yeah.
Okay.
So when you go on Drive, what did you see? So that I know you saw what I.
Welcome to Drive.
DIRA,
Welcome to
DIRA,
Drive. Yeah.
yeah.
Pitch decks,
deal room
Yeah.
pictures.
Good. Right. So we now want to create your data room. Whose company should I use? Did you see where my cursor, the new? I want to
New.
click on new, right? I will add new, add a new folder.
Choose on the phone.
Right?
Use kitchen messengers.
A new folder. So whose company should we use?
Kitchen messengers.
Healthy Farms.
No, we will use DIRA Cohort 2. So when you do your own, you send us the link, right?
Yes.
So this is DIRA Cohort 2, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So from DIRA Cohort 2, you create.
Okay.
So I've created DIRA Cohort 2, right? I'll go here and look for my document. So inside my drive, this is my drive. You see DIRA Cohort 2 here, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
open it. What do you see?
A picture.
Okay. Inside this, I'll now create another new.
After dropping the picture.
Yeah. So this one will probably mean you name it your company. So DIRA Cohort 2, instead of DIRA Cohort 2, you name your company, right? Right. Then you come again and upload a folder and you call it data room.
Like another name.
Another leg, a folder. You create data room inside DIRA Cohort 2. So that every time you need data for DIRA Cohort 2, you will come into this folder called DIRA Cohort 2. In your own case, you may create another folder, big bucket of folder, and call it, what are the things we do in our organization? Staff. You can call this one HR matters. You create HR matters. Dealing with data for your investors. So you come DIRA inside the data room itself. So you see what has happened. My drive, DIRA Cohort 2 data room, right? Inside this data room, I want to now add maybe the forms, I want to upload the documents. So I want to upload a file. So I'm going to upload, for example, DIRA Cohort 2 documents where we leave them. So the one we did first is DIRA Investor Readiness 101, right? I'm going to open, and it's going to drop it straight away here for me. Anytime I want to check the data room where DIRA documents are, I'll come to data room and it will pick it. Now, why is this necessary? If an investor says, send me your audited financials, you know, audited financials will be inside here. And you have share. You can copy the link of this thing and you can drop it for all of us. That document, everybody has access to it, right? I just dropped it on the chat. Do you understand? Do we understand? Did I lose anybody?
I understand, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Do we all understand how I got here?
Yes, I understand, ma.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So every time you can log in, yeah, in the data room, you can drop your CAC documents, your original copy, yes, your Excel. So in the data room, you will now have, so I'm going to create different things that you should have: financials, CAC documents, anything you drop in that data room, so that
Like all the
you can
documents
come to
that
data room. Yes, because you can also actually share the entire data room if that's what you want to do, or create a subset of that data room. Anything you want to share, you can send via link, and you can just say, oh, send me your business plan or your pitch deck. You would just pick business plan and the link and you send it. Remember that when you are doing that, you then need to be able to give the authorization on what anybody can do with that document. You understand? I think there's somewhere where you can do that. When we come in next when I'm looking at it, I'll be advising on that. Any difficult, it's hanging already. It has said I've gone offline. So that's how to right. Lariat, what don't you understand? Where did you lose me? Because the system is on it. Okay, he's back. Where did you, Lariat, can you unmute yourself? Yes, that's what you're learning. And you call it your data room.
Okay,
Okay, so
good
Lariat,
afternoon.
we are trying
Yes,
to, on your drive, help you create a data room for important documents. I'm sure all of us know how to use our drive. We just don't know that, some of us don't know that we can actually just have a data room with a link that has all the important documents. So are we clear? Larry, do you understand now?
so if I click on the link,
Yeah,
if
the
I
link
click
will
on the
give.
link,
I can
what
barely
I'm
hear
just
you.
seeing is that you need access, and you need access, viewer, commenter,
Yes,
and editor.
yes. We've not granted you access unless we grant you access. That means that any documents you are sending out, you must be willing to grant access. If you do not want to grant access, no, the person will not have access to it.
Okay. So
That's what it is.
now that it's like this, how do I create the would ask you?
How do you?
I mean, you said, how
How
do
do
I
you
go
what?
to where you are from where it is right now?
You will go to your
How
Google.
do I
You have
go
a Google
to?
account. No, you are going to create your own.
Okay.
You go to your Google account, go to Drive,
Okay.
create new documents, go to Drive. When you go to Drive, that cross sign with new, create a new folder, call it your company name it. There will be somewhere untitled. So put your company name. Inside the folder, you create another new folder, you call it the data room. So I'll find if there's a video that we can send that takes the step to show you how to do that on Google Drive.
Okay, please. Thank you.
Yeah. But it's a very simple thing. Just go to your Google, go to your Drive. Can you see my cursor? Go to these Google apps, these 6 that looks like dice. Can you see my cursor? Can you see it? Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen, but I can't see where the cursor is.
Yeah, can you see my cursor here? On the folder.
Yes. Your
Okay,
cursor is on access to.
Okay, follow the cursor. Are you following it?
Wait, I'm still trying to go to the Google Drive.
Okay.
Because I don't know. I use an iPhone. I don't know if we have access to this.
To Google. So what do you use on your iPhone? There's always a drive in. Yeah. What does iPhone use? You can use Google on iPhone, isn't it? To where? Okay, so go to Safari on your website, you get your Google Drive.
Okay.
For iPhone users, yeah.
Okay, is it Google Drive online backup?
Sorry?
Hello, ma.
I'm listening to you. You said what?
Is it Google Drive online backup? Is it Google Drive online backup?
I don't use an iPhone, so I'll ask somebody.
Because I clicked on Google Drive.
Yeah, if you do it on Google Drive,
It's
yes,
showing me.
yeah, it's Google Drive. You should get into Google Drive. So if you need help with that, maybe you chat us on WhatsApp, and then Ireoluwa will help you out.
Okay. Okay, please, I will
Because she
need help
uses an
with it.
iPhone.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
she is. Yeah, thank you. All right. Yeah. Malice, yes, Mercy. The link you sent, you don't need to do anything with the link I sent. It's just for you to see. Please create your own app on your own Google Drive. Create your data room on your own Google Drive. So this was just for example. There's nothing you're doing with it. I know there is. So going forward next week, I would like to see your data room, your documents from there, so that we sure that at the end of the 4th week, your data room is updated enough with all of the important documents that an investor will be requesting from you. Okay, so I'll sign out from the, I'll stop sharing for now. So any questions so that I allow you to finish up your data room? There's also a session that I want to take. I'll just talk generally. Hopefully I can share my screen.
I have a question.
Go ahead, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for your time. Okay, so I started my business in 2021, but I actually didn't run it. I didn't do anything. I just registered it in 2021 because I needed to figure out what I was actually building or the type of business I wanted to venture into. So it was actually registered as a limited liability company. However, operations started this year as at May. So it's we're actually launching a hospitality software to improve guest experience in the hospitality industry rather. So I wanted to ask, since from May till now, I've actually been bootstrapping. So I wanted to ask, these financial projections, how would I structure it? Because I've actually not made any income from the day it was registered till now. It's just there. The account is just dormant, and nothing has been going in or flowing out. Maybe probably something has gone. I'm not sure though. But we've not really done anything. So how do I structure it? Then the second question is, would it be advisable for me to apply for like a business loan, and would it be granted to me? Because I mean, bootstrapping is actually tough, and considering the type of startup I'm running, it's really hectic. So I need like finances to sustain me. So would it be possible to actually get it and follow up?
Yeah, straight away, yes. So you can get funding if you want. Is it a technology-enabled platform?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, you can. There are a lot of women incubators that are actually providing funding right now. A lot of it. A lot. So there are a lot of grants that you can position for to get. And if you have the liver, you can actually get a loan if you have collateral. If you don't have, I think there are non-collateral loans from the likes of, I think, Sterling Bank for 5 million naira or less, or 2 million. So it depends on what you want to do. And then there's some individuals that can loan you money to start a business. So it will just be a level above friends and family. And you can have friends and family that can loan you money to start up a business. So I've answered the second question. The first question, brilliant question. Remember that we've been using the word projected more often than actual business. So the Excel sheet can run good for a business that is starting that has not earned 0 naira. You have an idea and you want to put financial projections to it so that from the get-go, unlike so many businesses, you're ready. So we'll project based on this business idea that is rolling in your head. So what is it that you require to run the business? It may be lean in your own case, the financials may be lean. You may not need to fill in so many things, but you get the financials that it's about. There is one of the pages on the financials that just gives you a 5-year financial projections that is good for a business that is just starting. So maybe it's that one that we will recommend that you utilize. Please, when you are working on your Excel, you let me know before you start filling it, so that I'll tell you which of the sheets on this sheet that you should. We'll look at it on Monday. When we come in on Monday, it's Excel we're looking at.
Okay, ma'am. Sorry. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, I also have another question.
Go ahead.
Sorry for your time. I have a similar question, but in my own case, I've been in business for over 14 years, but I encountered some challenges recently, which made me stop production. I'm actually in paint manufacturing industry, and is it possible to get like investors, knowing that throughout this year we've not really produced due to the challenge, which started from Forex, the previous administration, and it's now progressed into what we're having right now. Is it possible to get investors? Because it's actually a lucrative business, but I think at some points, because of the challenge, it's actually affected one's mental health and all that. And I just had to just shut down to have my, state of mind back rest. But now I am out of that and I am ready to start. So it's just like, starting again from ground zero, so.
Okay. Yeah, I always say that there's investments, there's funding. Funding is tight, by the way, but there's funding depending on approach, where, how, when. But the most important thing is to get the business off the ground first, because investors will not look at something that is moribund. So question is, what do we do to get it up and running now where it is right now? What do you produce, or what were you producing?
Okay, so I produce paints.
Sorry?
I produce paints.
Paints, oh, okay.
Yes. And at the beginning of this year, where I am using as my factory, the owner of the factory just came up to say, look, he wants to sell up the factory, and he was giving me a first right of refusal. Okay, so because I already was banking on the space, I couldn't raise the amount because the amount for sale is 100 million. And I have my machines in there already, like big machines for mixing the paints and all that. And so I am stuck first of all because there's no space to even start with.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you had to leave the place because you can't even afford the 100 million yet.
I haven't even left because if I have to leave, I still have to get a place that can take my machines to move.
Yeah.
And to be able to even raise that to move has been a problem, an issue.
What's the value of what's the value of the machines?
The value of the machines are close to, if we put all together, close to 20, 30 million.
Where is this factory located?
It's in Abuja. It's in a place called Uye in Abuja.
Okay. Okay, so you are joining from Abuja, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now that space, do you still have the offer on the table?
Yes.
So one of the first things I could advise you to do is talk to a bank. You have an asset on ground or a financial institution. Have an asset on ground. Let them work on it, and you may want to do a valuation of when you have the asset and when you have the asset and you calculate that on the land. On the equipment that sits on the land. So, for example, let's say for depreciation's sake, the asset is now worth 15 million. You say 30 million, so I'll just depreciate it by 50%. And so market value looks like 15%, 15 million. The land is worth 100 million. That's what the man wants to sell it. That may not be the book value. So you want to actually know the actual value of that land. Book value and market value. The best bet is to check what is the market value of the land. So on this land, you want to transact. The collateral could be, I use the word could be, the assets and the land. For a finance institution to give you money. But you will now come into that this is your strategy. So it requires a bit of financial advisory and engineering, but it's not impossible to do because that's what big men do. They have land, they have assets, they don't have land, they go talk to their bankers or a person or a finance institution who listens. And because it's paint, we can look at the equipment and say, okay, if I was in Abuja or if I'm advising you on this, without even getting there, I could say, okay, you know what? How soon can we start producing and who are we producing paint for? Can I go talk to my off-takers or proposed off-takers? If I even have one, let me talk to them. Maybe these estates that are being built around Abuja. Okay, I'll take my paint at a discount or let me produce paint for you. And this is the quality of the paint I'm going to produce for you. And they make a down payment. Or you have like a potential offtake you can go to a bank with it. It's something that you must roll up your sleeves and look at the best option that works.
Okay, I actually approached my bankers and weren't ready to do anything.
Which bank is that?
Fidelity Bank.
Fidelity. We are both in the same shoes with Fidelity. They have slowed down with loans to businesses, and they don't seem to have a gender-focused desk that can look at this from a different perspective. So you may need to talk to other banks. Do you have any other bank or a finance institution that can partner with you?
I don't. So I have been banking over the years with Fidelity, hoping that any day I find myself in troubled waters like this, I could rely on them. But honestly, they disappointed
Who are
me.
you talking to in Fidelity? If you've run, well, you see, it's also transaction based, the size of the portfolio that also drives them. And again, who is driving the account for you in the bank? What's the level of the person?
Okay, before now, I didn't even have an account officer, and I didn't know until I tried to go talk to the manager. I actually went to my branch and asked to speak to the manager of the branch, who is unfortunately or fortunately a woman. And I sat with her to tell her, look, this is my problems right now, and I need help. And she's like, okay, let's check the account, give me the account details, and they did. And later she told me, okay, I have a turnover of, for 1 year, I have a turnover of 57M, and that they won't be able to do anything. After then, I was not calling her to even say, okay, how much can you even give me? But she wouldn't even pick my calls.
So she's not likely to she's not likely to be able to attend to you. I can see why.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so she's not likely to be able to. This type of conversation requires a certain level of relationship. So which you don't have originally. So it's something that has to be, maybe we'll look at another finance institution.
But because there's no relationship, it's like any other bank you come, all they are interested in is come and open an account. When you open an account, it's actually your service.
Yeah. So you may need to look for alternative ways of funding it. It's going to be tough. I can't promise you that it will go right. So you need it to look like a real estate transaction, not necessarily the paints transaction.
Hello, ma.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, ma.
Yeah.
Good afternoon. Can I
Harriet,
give an
here?
opinion? Can I give
Okay,
an
you want
opinion?
to add?
Yes,
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
All right. I think I've faced similar issue, but maybe not at that magnitude. But what I did was more like invoice discounting, which I think you've mentioned earlier. I mean, naturally, most banks don't want to take up the risk of trying to fund you for interest unless you are really a very big player, then they can be looking at it. So what I do is you have to take stock of the customers you have, including individuals and possibly distributors. I don't know what your model looks like. So you can even have like an invoice where you tell them, I'm going to give you all the paint you need for a year, 2 years. Can I have an upfront payment? Something in that nature. That way I was able to raise large capital that I was able to use to sort my issue at that time. So maybe that channel can work. Then secondly, whoever the second buyer is, I know that in courts, there's this thing they do where I don't know the name they call it, but it's something that helps you or protects you for a period of time where you may not be forced to really go out of that place, considering that you're a business, right? So maybe you can talk to the landlord again. Maybe you can also talk to the new person who wants to buy, right? And they can give you time to do that. They can change landlord, but if they're not like destroying the building, maybe you can have a conversation around with the second person, with the buyer also. Maybe buy you extra time while you can now raise money gradually to maybe find another location as well. Those are my opinion anyway.
Thank you. That's
Thank you
awesome.
so much.
Please don't give up, or don't give up, don't give up. You are sounding like you want to, don't give
Yeah, I
up at
actually gave
all.
up.
Please don't give up.
Uh,
No, you don't have to. Don't give up.
yeah. Okay,
Thank
so
you.
Lariat, you have a lot of encouragers in the house. Do you have an
Thank you.
idea of what you do by Monday morning? Are you still here, Lariat?
I am.
Okay, so maybe we can talk outside of this and see, look at these suggestions that have been given and see what you can actually, options that are open to you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
All right, so I think we have just about an hour. Maybe we should just take like a 10 minutes break. I want to take water and I'm back, and I will take something on, I want to talk to us on scaling our business and what investors are looking out for. And then from there, that will just be like a 30-minute session and we're done. So just give me about 10 minutes, I'll be back. Is that okay?
Yes, that's fine.
Yes,
ma'am.
yes.
Hey, I
Yes.
pray
So
I should
I
meet up
think
because my phone is going down.
yeah, just 10 minutes.
Me.
um, what really drives a business? What are the things that you must handle that will help bring a lot of demand across your way? So the SAS, software as a service companies, they seem to have that playbook based on their business model. So 1 million, 2 million, 3 million Nigerians are using Flutterwave. So the business model increases the more users but less cost. So the more people use your products or services without you having to add an extra 1 naira to provide. So that business model determines how scalable you are. Another thing they are looking at is the operational efficiency. So the businesses, the investors want to look at how it's easy to interact with your business. Analyze your processes for automation, your access, how easy it is. So things like power affects us in this country. So many times maybe our generators are down, internet data, the cost is expensive, all of that. But we are looking at your operational efficiency. Please, I hope you're writing down. Market demand and size, business model, your operational efficiency. We're looking at the people that are doing the job. They are evaluating the workforce, considering lower labor costs in Nigeria. So how scaling? The technology people are doing a very good job of it. China is doing a good job in terms of the workforce, how scalable it is, how easy it is to get people to actually come on your job. Another thing is supply chain, access, supply capacity, materials. The last mile producers for your raw materials are probably in localized areas. How are you able to get to them? And then in looking at this, we are also looking at your strengths, your SWOT, your canvas, your pestle, quite a number of things that has to do with your how you run your business and how you beef up your capacity as a business. So I'm rushing. Then your IT, your infrastructure, ensure your ecosystem can handle traffic using cloud solutions like we've done with Google Drive. Is actually a cloud solution to upload videos. You can store your videos online on that drive rather than having it on your phone, and your phone cannot access your WhatsApp. Your WhatsApp is full and you cannot attend to your customers effectively. Then, so generally, what are the key factors here? We're looking at market demand and size, model, operational efficiency. So this is just a summary of what you should look at. What are the metrics for measuring? How do we measure your scalability as a business? We're looking at revenue to employee ratio. We're looking at customer acquisition cost. We're looking at traffic and load times. These are a whole lot of things. We're going to look at it when we are looking at your financials at some point, if we get there. So we need to look, when you're looking at how investors are going to be looking or measuring your scalability, they're looking at all of that. Your inventory turnover ratio is also part of what they're looking at. Your cash conversion cycle, the time to convert investments to cash. You are giving $1 million naira today, or 5 million or 50 million. How do you convert that money to cash flow? Customer satisfaction metrics. So you're looking at how your scores in terms of retention of customers. How are you able to retain your customers? And so we have the framework for that there. We're looking at methods and framework for evaluating. So total addressable markets. So please, we want to know what your total addressable market is as a business. We want to know what your SWOT analysis is as a business. We want to know your business model Canva, and we want to have your projections. So really, the methods and framework for evaluation borders around these four. I hope everyone can see my slides.
Yes, I can.
Yes,
I can. Yeah.
So we want to look at the total addressable
Yes, ma'am.
market. Yeah, your SWOT analysis. What are your key strengths? Your business model Canva will cover everything around your mapping your customer segments, your value, your key activities, and all of that, and then your financial projections. So if we're able to put all of that together, we can evaluate that, you know what, this business has the ability to scale. I do not want to make it too complex for us today, so that we'll look at all of this when we are reviewing our financials next week. So, efficient logistics, they expanded beyond Nigeria, showing market demand and operational efficiency. Even though I think Temu, that is training, and they've trained 100,000 developers. So Blockbuster, some of us will know this company, failed to scale due to inflexible business model, a lesson for Nigerian businesses to adapt to digital trends. So if you look at all of this, we're saying that the ability to scale actually borders on efficiency through technology, a strong business model, and an adaptability, ability to move with trends and change. And with splits of seconds, things are changing. There's AI, there's a lot of GPTs. Under ChatGPT alone, there's 150 GPTs that you can use to do anything you want to do. Almost anything you want to achieve as a business. So, practical application ensures learning tailored for Nigeria. We're looking at evaluating your business current scalability through identifying strengths and areas for improvements, considering power, for example, and any other challenge. Calculate your TAM using my Nigerian market data when you are doing this. Please, your total addressable market, please use Nigerian markets, Nigerian data, SWOT analysis to understand competition and growth areas. Then develop your scalability plan. I'll be talking to us on this on Monday as we look at your financials. So when I'm talking about your total addressable market, I'm probably going to be asking, we are going to be asking you to fill out how many people buy your products per day, per month in that Excel sheet. We're going to look at your strengths in delivering all of that figures that you're going to give to us. And then we're going to look at how you effectively communicate, telling a story using your matrix data and then your pitch deck. So that's basically what we do. And we're going to delve into all of this more in-depth analysis around scalability as we bringing it live to your Excel sheets on Monday morning. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. The floor is open again for questions.
Thank you very much for your time. Please, can we have the slides?
Yes.
Yes.
Any questions? Oh, my video is off. Any questions? Any other questions before we call it a day? Please drop your business model, fill the attendance form, don't forget. And then plan to come in on Monday. Please have a lot of tea, coffee, and then I know that it will be an easy Monday for us. Thank you and enjoy your weekend.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Right, ma'am. Thank you. Please, where's the attendance form? Please drop the attendance form again.
We're just filling it once, right? I filled it earlier. I shouldn't fill this one, should I?
Faith should respond to that, or Marianne. You guys say Marianne. Faith or Irioluwa should please respond to that. Are they filling twice or once? Okay, I understand it's just once. All right, thank you, everyone. We'll be shutting down now.
Thank you so
See you
much.
Monday next. Yeah.
Thank you
Ma,
so
I
much.
don't see the
For my
link to submit my
response.
assignment.
Yes, please look out for your response. For my response on your business model. I'll be reviewing it all of it throughout the night with my team.
Ma,
Please,
Yes,
ma, have you filled the attendance form for today?
Ma, I didn't see the link to submit my assignment.
it's not a link, it's an email.
Okay.
So, and the
I didn't.
email will be dropped off again.
Okay, ma.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, the attendance form
Thank
is
you,
on
ma.
the chat. Yeah. The attendance form is on the chat. I think the email to send in your business model is also on the chat, I think. Have a nice evening, everyone.
Same here, ma.
You too, ma.
Bye.